guys, welcome back to Let's Talk
Books.
So it's been a while since we together done a book review.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So we're happy to come back and do another review for you guys.
Yes.
And that review is going to be on A Fierce and Subtle Poison
by Samantha Mabry.
This book was sent to us by the publisher, but still all our thoughts and opinions are
our own. Honest. So this book is about 17-year-old Lucas, and he is staying in Puerto Rico with his dad, who is a hotel developer.
Lucas gets these strange letters in his hotel room, which happens to be the same night his girlfriend just mysteriously goes missing. He turns to this girl named Isabel. She's the girl in town who is known for the girl filled with poison. So he goes to her and to find answers, and hopefully they are answered. But we'll see. So we kind of have different points of views about this book, which is kind of a first. Like, I guess not like totally different, but they are different.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you go first.
Okay. So my main problem, I think, with the book was that the synopsis was kind of a mislead, because it does say that Lucas is sucked into her strange and enchanting world, and from the cover, like, I don't know, everything about this book I thought was going to be very like magical and enchanting and colorful and mysterious, and some is in there, but to say that she has the enchanting world is completely false.
Yeah,
far from it.
This is something that Nicole that I do
agree
with, because going by how this book was described and all the genres and all that, I was expecting this, like, you know, a lot of stuff, a lot of magic things. And even though there is slightly, it's not as intense as I expected it. So they could have done a better job with the synopsis.
So this is a book that is a story within a story, which could be good, could be bad. I think it was well done enough in this book, but at the same time, like, on paper, it sounds so good. But for some reason, it just didn't execute how I would have wanted it to. Mm-hmm. The characters, I actually like them more than I do with the entire concept of the book. But it just kind of laid flat for me. Like, it took, I don't know, like halfway for something to really go down.
Not even, Nicole texted me when she was at page 175. And that's like kind of towards the end. So Nicole kind of got like past the stuff that I thought was cool, and I was like, oh, so you like just started somewhat enjoying it. I'm like, okay. I started enjoying it when his girlfriend was like gone.
No, yeah, I did. Like, I wouldn't say up to 175 pages. That's when shit really goes down.
Yeah, that's when
to like 90 pages. I remember is when you really start to learn about Isabel and the house that she's in and the poison that she has. There was a lot of jumps and leaps that had to get to that point.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was an interesting character enough.
There are certain parts that kind of like not scared per se, but I was like kind of like creeped out, because I'm like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know how the author's going to take this. Also, some of the parts kept me intrigued enough to like keep going, because like especially in the beginning, there's a lot of like unanswered questions, and there's a lot of like what is going on.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I kind of like this.
This is definitely not a book that I would have ever DNF'd, because it was a book where I wanted to know the answers to the questions. Ultimately, it just wasn't a satisfying ending or conclusion, or the whole. It just kind of left you hanging for me.
I liked it.
But I do think that she writes really well. And it was a book where it wasn't fantastic, but it wasn't bad. Mm. So it was just an in-between book for me, but it's still enough where I would tell someone to pick it up.
Yeah.
Because if you're starting out and you want to read either a fantasy book, or this is also your first magical realism book, I would definitely pick it up.
Basically, everything Nicole said, I kind of, okay, I agree with you. I do. I actually do. I just kind of feel like just the simple fact that I just enjoyed the book more than her, and it's not because of anything specific. I just feel like maybe I connected more with it, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like earlier on I got hooked on it, and again, it's not like this like, oh my god, like perfection from beginning to end. It's not, but I still really enjoyed this book. And yeah, the ending, I kind of expected it. That's why I didn't like hate it as much, even though, obviously I prefer if there's a completely different ending. I understand how come the ending had to end how it did. Even though at the end I was like, I have to have a part 2 or something. Like, I need to know what else happens.
Yeah, that's true.
It kind of feels like it's a cliffhanger, but it's not.
Yeah.
Like it is an ending. What happens to all the characters after it's done? And it's like, just the fact that I don't have those answers is kind of tad bit annoying.
I like that this is, I think, our first book where it's set in Puerto Rico. Yes. And I think she did a really great job in really describing the island and the weather there. Like, the weather there was hectic. So I think she really did a good job at that. And that's why I think a lot of people actually would enjoy this book. So it's definitely not a book where, even though, like, there are books out there where I hate or I don't like, I'm just like, just don't even pick it up.
Yeah.
But this is definitely not one of them. It's just what you prefer in a book and what you connect with. And this is like the perfect example on one book with 2 different perspectives, and it's okay.
To each their own. You know, every person has their own opinion, and every person, how they connect to the characters and to the plot and to everything. It isn't going to be the same all the time. But again, this author, how she described everything was pretty on point. Like, he helped us see what's going on in the book without like saying like too much, like over and over. Like, all right, I get it. All that. So it was done good.
This is my first magical realism book. It's definitely something that I want to continue to read because we did a lot of research.
We did a lot of talking last night, and it was just a whole bunch of, all right, we don't know exactly what this is because, again, this is our first ever, and up until this point, I'll be honest, I haven't even heard of this before. I've heard of the art and all that stuff, but I didn't know they had a genre for books. So that's why I was like, what is it exactly? So I can, completely understand the books. And I was online, and there's a whole bunch of stuff on it. And after going through all that stuff, then it's like, it makes more sense now.
Yeah.
And it is very interesting. Like, this is something that I would keep going to see if there's anything else.
Yeah, definitely. So if you ever have a suggestion on a magical realism book that you think you would enjoy, I highly recommend you let us know. Yeah. I think that's all for our thoughts. What's your rating?
I'm pretty torn between a 3.5 and a 4. I really did like this book. Like, I could tell that I'm into a book, and I start like telling people about it. I'm like, oh my god, this book, here's what happened in it. It's like crazy, like, oh my god, all this stuff. So just honestly, just because of that, I might give it a 4.
I think I'm going to just give it a 3, so I don't think it deserves anything too low because it wasn't terrible. It is out already now, so I'll link down below to where you can get it.
So that is it for our review. Hope it kind of gave some insight on this book, and if anyone has picked it up or are deciding to pick it up, comment down below and let us know.
Okay. See you later. Bye.
Bye, guys.